7 members of this class of 2014 will be joining military service after graduation. We are proud of your commitment to the United States of America, and at this time I extend an invitation to each of you to rise and join the class in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence for reflection and remembrance of family and friends. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated, and vocal and orchestra students, you can take your place. Good afternoon. We extend a special welcome today to Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Stan Reingans, Director of Secondary Schools, Mr. David Olson, and our school board members here today. Welcome especially to parents, relatives, and friends of the class of 2014. It is a pleasure to have you here this afternoon for Hempstead High School's 44th annual commencement. I am pleased to recognize some of our members of our faculty who are joining us this afternoon. Faculty, would you take a moment to please rise? We truly appreciate all the guidance you have given to the class of 2014. You have obviously played a key part in preparing our students for the challenges that lie ahead of them. The class of 2014 is closing out an excellent 4 years. Academically, 165 members of this class have completed their high school careers with a grade point average of 3.0 or higher. This reflects tremendous effort. They've also set high standards as a class by actively participating in their school life. Success in music, speech, theater, academic competitions, student government, clubs, and athletics has been the norm for these graduates. The class of 2014 has brought tremendous leadership to our school community. They have been small group leaders at our 9th grade retreat and student ambassadors to students new to Hempstead. They are leaving behind a great challenge for future classes to match. Parents, your students have become known as students of good character. What you have modeled at home, they have brought to school. They were listening to your guiding words, and more importantly, they were watching how you live your life. Thank you for raising them with your support and love. Graduates, take a moment to thank your parents. They really do appreciate you more than that, but you know, they're a little tense right now. So to you, the class of 2014, I take this opportunity to congratulate you on your past accomplishments and wish you happiness, peace, and good fortune. A diploma is never given, it is earned. Your work throughout the last 4 years will give you a solid foundation to build on from here. We all know that learning never ends, and it is truly a lifelong endeavor. You have met your goal of graduation, and we are proud of you. We believe you have the skills, knowledge, and ability to go forward and achieve all of your life goals. The underclass students and staff join me in extending to you our very best wishes. Good luck to each of you as you travel through life's journeys. Today is Sunday, May 25th, and it is a great day to be a Mustang. It's my pleasure to present the Superintendent of Dubuque Community School District, Mr. Stan Reingans.
Thank you, Mr. Kolker. Before I take a moment and give a few remarks, I do want to thank and recognize the 6 school board members who put in countless hours on the behalf of the entire community and certainly our students to make sure that we have one of the finest school districts in the state. With us here today, School Board President Mike Donahue, Vice President Tammy Ryan, Board Member Tom Barton, Board Member Craig Byteen, Board Member Jim Prohaska, and Board Member Matt Strelo. We thank you for all that you do on all of our behalfs at the school district. Hempstead class of 2014. Let me be among the first to congratulate you on this great achievement. I know for the past 13 years you have worked hard to arrive at this day. Know that today the entire Dubuque community is proud of you and have confidence in your future success. I also want to congratulate Mr. Kolker and the entire Hempstead staff for all of the work they have done to produce such an outstanding graduating class. Graduates, you have been the beneficiary of having had an opportunity of being educated in an outstanding school system. You have had great teachers and been given a great education. You are prepared for your future. I encourage each of you to dream big, but always be prepared to work hard. Hard work without a dream may lead you down the wrong path, and a big dream without the commitment to work hard will go unrealized and lead you to frustration. Big goals are seldom accomplished overnight, but instead they are the combination of thousands of small decisions you make on a daily basis. It's a decision to do a little extra work, to work a little harder, to go out of your way to help others, to remain focused on your goal when accomplishing it seems impossible. As Mr. Kolker said, be grateful for all the people in your life who make your current and future achievements possible. Make it a habit to thank those who support you through your success and failures. None of us succeed alone. Take a minute right now and visualize the people most responsible for your being at graduation today. Could be parents, grandparents, teachers, neighbors, or classmates. It might be one person, it might be 20 people. Now promise yourself that you will find time in the next week to thank them personally for their support. The last piece of advice that I would like to give to you is to remember that today is more of a starting line than a finish line. I congratulate those of you who have arrived at this graduation having accomplished much. You certainly have a head start into the future. But I challenge all of you to believe that from this day forward, anything is possible for each of you. Congratulations, Hempstead class of 2014.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan Gans. Just a couple of housekeeping comments. This program is being videotaped by school staff. It will be aired on Dubuque Cable in June and also be linked to our school website. A professional photographer is taking a shot of each student as they receive their diploma. In a couple weeks, each graduate will receive a proof copy in the mail. Purchase information will be included in the mailing so that each family can make their individual decision. Hempstead music groups this year have had another wonderful year. Concerts, contests, and an outstanding musical production were some of the high points. We especially are appreciative of our school board members present today as we expect to start our 2014-15 school year in our new A wing. So thank you for that. We extend today our thanks to our students and musical directors. The choirs and the Hempstead Orchestra is directed today by Mr. David Patterson. Thanks also to Ms. Terry Slade for her work with our Mustang choirs. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hempstead Choirs and Orchestra. Wow, how lucky are we to have these students, huh? Fantastic. If that doesn't get you fired up, you better check yourself for a pulse. The Scholastic Honor Award is given annually to students in the class who maintain the highest cumulative grade point average over 4 years. 28 members of this class have completed their high school careers with at least a 4.0 GPA. These students represent academic excellence at its best. They have earned at least a 4.0 by taking rigorous course loads. Their transcripts are covered with a variety of honors and advanced placement courses from every curricular area. These students have taken the full measure that Hempstead High School has to offer, and they have achieved excellence. Their activity participation also shows outstanding accomplishments in all of our school programs. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you the Scholastic Honor students of the class of 2014. Will they please come forward? Please hold your applause until the end so that all names may be heard. Madison Marie Cooey, Hope Loretta Kirprick, Samantha Rose Leahy, Zachary Kenneth Rigdon, Emily Jean Kelleher, Nicholas Michael Betts, Luana Ling Gerdeman, Amber Lene Lang, David Thomas Fitzgerald, Joshua Oliver Nichols, Michael Christopher French, Allison Nicole Bitter, Eleni Fani Kutsanikolas, Clarice Lori LeBlanc, Bridget Ann Donovan, Brady James Breitbach, Vanessa Ann Franklin, Nicholas George Kutz, Grant DeSales Sanderson, Mary Kate Buchheit, Najia Khan, Madeline Dro Ellerbeck, Paige Marie Andreessen, Rachel Martha Bruflot, Alyssa Lee Mendenhall, Jeffrey Yoon Tang, Christopher Lee Beshen, and Dewey Sun. We can give them a round of applause. Mr. Reingans will assist in placing a medal on each Scholastic Honor student's neck. A special medal is awarded to our valedictorian, Dewey Sun, with a GPA of 4.4038. And yes, that deserves some applause. And our salutatorian, Christopher Lee Beshen, with a GPA of 4.3833. Congratulations, class of 2014 honor students. We're lucky to have you. Activity awards were given earlier this spring at our annual awards assemblies. The recipients of these awards were selected primarily for their contribution to a given activity. You will find printed in the program a description of some of these awards and the basis on which the award was given. Also, I'd like to call to your attention to the special awards section of the program. Many students in the class have earned awards. Their names are listed in this section. At this time, speaking on behalf of their fellow classmates are two highly regarded graduates, Garrett Frombach and Zachary Rigdon. Go get them.
On behalf of our senior class, I'd like to thank Mr. Kolker, all the faculty and staff, Superintendent Ryan Gans, and all the board members, and all of our friends and family for being here with us today and for all the support that you've offered us up until right now. Most graduation speeches that I've heard always seem to reflect on how high school is the best 4 years of our lives, how this is over before we know it, and we find out who our real friends are and things of that nature. While there is truth to those statements, that's not what immediately comes to mind for me now that my time here is over. I would really hate to think that the best 4 years of my life are finished and I haven't even turned 18 yet. For all we know, our best 4 years could be in college, they could be when we're 30, they could be even later than that. So I'd like to leave reflecting on the things that I do know for a fact. I can't argue with anybody who says that high school flies by, because it really does seem like just yesterday I was walking through those doors on my first day at Hempstead, feeling nervous and excited and overwhelmed and really just lost, I guess. Lost in all senses of the word. Lost in terms of finding my classes and directions, lost in terms of making friends, lost in terms of beginning my final steps before I leave home. I mean, the directions didn't matter in the end because my hair hung too low in my face for me to see where I was going anyway, but we can be thankful that's all changed since then. That's what really stands out to me as the most important part of high school. The way that things can change in 4 years, and the way that things really rarely turn out like we expect. Sometimes that seems really inconvenient, but it's really a beautiful thing. The way that I can look in the mirror and see a completely different person in every way than I saw on my first day of freshman year. I think that can apply to all of us personally, and we've all been joined together in actually seeing the building change around us too. We've been able to come back each fall and see that the building has changed even more than we have. And I mean, that's a perfect example of the inconvenience because I don't think anybody appreciates all the long walks from the parking lot or the smells that we've had coming from somewhere deep within A-Wing. But if nothing else, we can say that we were the last group that survived all that. A special shout out to all the survivors who put up with that in an auditorium for a week. But I think all these little inconveniences have helped us grow and deal with a little adversity and have given us some great stories to tell in the end. Besides just the evolution of our building, these have really been the most unpredictable years of our fairly short lives so far. My freshman self probably never could have imagined turning into the person you're listening to right now, and that can probably relate to all of us sitting out here. We might as well just try to embrace that and all the unpredictability that we've dealt with and there is to come. I never would have guessed that the kid that I sat by in my first period class on my very first day at Hempstead would turn into one of the best friends that I could ever ask for. I never would have thought that my third period theater partner, who thought that I was the most annoying person on the face of the earth, would have my back through anything. Never would have thought that I would be on a 3-time championship dodgeball team after we embarrassed ourselves at first, or that I would actually enjoy showing up to my AP World History class, or come within that one tiny little Mustang trivia point of making the Final Four during Survivor. I don't think I'll ever get over that. But most of all, I'm going to give you all full permission to come laugh at me after this for my one moment of being cheesy. But I never thought that even a small part of me would be sad to graduate today. I think I can speak for our entire class, saying that the idea of life beyond high school is incredibly exciting for us. but I'm going to miss a lot of faces in this crowd and a lot of the experiences that I've had thanks to you guys. I've ended up with a list of experiences that I really wouldn't trade for anything, like my time in the theater department and the resulting performances with my pants on the ground, or my daily breakfast in Miss Anderson's classroom, or the opportunity to sit and play Cards Against Humanity with a group of my teachers after a Survivor challenge. Those things are absolutely priceless, and I think it's safe to say that we're all leaving with some experiences like that. And I think it's also safe to say that in my 4 years here, thanks to you guys and the experiences that you've given me, I've found my way a little bit. I'm not as lost in any sense as I was on that first day as a freshman. And I think all the changes that have happened here have helped myself, and I hope all my fellow classmates prepare ourselves for what there is to come in the future. I'm really glad that I'm looking back on my time here at Hempstead with so many wonderful memories with all of you, but I also have complete faith that the best 4 years of our lives haven't even started yet.
There's a lot of people in here. Sweating. Okay. Welcome, Superintendent Ryan Gans, school board members, honored guests, teachers, staff, friends, family, fellow students. Allow me to start off by saying, hi, Mom. When I first decided I wanted to write a speech for my graduating class, I was stumped. Even with my participation in many theatrical events in high school, including speech contest, I was at a loss for what I should say. However, at the same time, I knew there were so many things to say. I found myself trying to follow in the footsteps of so many other speakers before me by looking to the future and exclaiming my wishes for my fellow Mustangs. How I know this is just the beginning of the rest of our lives. And sure, I realized this is a time to look to the future, but more importantly, this is a time to remember the past. Today is not just about the 4 years we spent at Hempstead. Today is a celebration of the past 13 years of our lives, from kindergarten to senior year. This is a celebration. We're celebrating our commitment. We're celebrating our hard work, but most importantly, we're celebrating us. With each passing year, we have built relationships with those around us, and I have a couple examples I would like to tell you of my own. The first day of kindergarten, I walked into the room excitedly, ready to begin my school career. And kindergarten, of course, was the day of nap times and coloring books, long before essay tests, all-night cram sessions, and emotional breakdowns. But 3 minutes into my first day, I saw a small boy under a desk crying. I approached the boy, coaxed him out from underneath the desk, and convinced him to play a game. And I'm not going to name this person because I would never embarrass him like that. Adam Hancock. But he was the first friend I have ever made in school, and I still call him a friend today. Fast forward to middle school, and I have another memorable interaction. My 6th grade language arts class had just finished correcting a spelling test, and I'm not going to tell you how I did because, frankly, I'm ashamed. But we were collecting the papers. A boy walked into our room and started talking to one of my fellow classmates, Jacob Hodge. After the boy left, I looked at Jacob dumbfounded and I said, "Dude, Jake, that kid looks just like you." And he responded with, "Yeah, he's my twin." Yeah, I didn't know Jacob Hodge and Lucas Hodge were in fact twins. It was a rough year, 6th grade. Now, I'm sure you're all wondering what in the world a crying kindergartner and twins have to do with graduation. And this is the best way I can describe it. Those were only 2 of the many, many interactions I've had with my classmates the past 13 years of my school career. I'm sure everyone else sitting before me have had their own memorable moments. Some are small, like keeping a Ticonderoga pencil after someone lent it to you, or perhaps asking a girl in your art class what's for lunch. But others are large, like having a friend confide in you about a home issue, or perhaps you yourself opening up about your feelings. Regardless, we are made up of the relationships we build. We are shaped by the friendships we create, and we are who we will be because of those we have met. I cannot talk about the future. I do not know the future. I don't know where I will be or anyone else will be, but what I do know is now. Now is the time we look around and not only see classmates, but see ourselves. We see the friendships discovered, the obstacles faced, and we see 13 years of our lives. So while I cannot tell you what is about to happen after we graduate, I can give one final piece of advice I have learned in my 18 short years on this planet. You can't do it alone. No matter where you have been, where you are, or where you will be, you have to have someone in your life you care about and who cares about you. Someone to share in the joys of your life, to comfort in the tragedies, and to support in the recoveries. And while we may have some of those people in our lives now, a few may leave, a few may appear. But you have to be willing to let those people in because life is too difficult to do it by yourself. I hope you all find those people to embark on the rest of your lives with. I hope you appreciate those you already have. And I hope today you take the time to remember at least some of the memories we've gathered together. Thank you to teachers, staff, administration, and anyone else who called Hempstead a home with us for those 4 years. You all helped us discover who we are. And to my classmates sitting before me, thank you for being at my side this whole time. It was fun. Good luck, Mustangs, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Garrett and Zach. The band has had another busy and exciting year as well, starting with marching band practice way back in August. Their schedule has included athletic events, assemblies, concerts, contests, parades, and now, finally, commencement. We extend our thanks to Mr. Dow and the band members for being here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hempstead Symphonic Band, under the direction of Mr. Greg Dow. Thank you. I would call your attention to the Scholastic Honor listing in your program. The honor graduates are listed there in rank order. These 165 students are identified with a gold honor sash. Our students over a 4.0 are wearing the white sashes today. National Honor Society students are wearing gold cords. As we prepare to present diplomas, I request your cooperation, your patience, and your attendance so that we can recognize all members of the class, from the first to the last, and they can receive the honor and the dignity they deserve on this very special occasion. Ms. Beisker will offer only a brief pause between names. Please be respectful so that the name of each member of the class of 2014 is heard and that all students can be recognized for their 7 seconds on stage. I know. Presenting the diplomas this afternoon will be one of our retiring faculty members, Mr. Tom Meisner, and members of our school board. You guys ready? All right. Members of the Board of Education, parents, and friends of the graduates, it is my privilege to present to you the 2014 graduating class of Hempstead High School. Will the members of the class please rise? Board of Education members, as principal of Hempstead High School, and along with the faculty of Hempstead, we certify that the members of the class of 2014 here this afternoon have fulfilled all of the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Dubuque Community School District, Board of Education, and the state of Iowa. I present them to you now and recommend that they be granted their diplomas. Class, you may be seated, except for the first row, who will come forward.
Brandon Myshawn Adams. Riley Elizabeth Adams. Michael Jeffrey Allen. Miguel Angel Alvarez. Redamandre Belagano Amargo. Paige Marie Andreessen. Evan Joseph Andrews. Derek Alexander Apple. Ellen Naomi Avenarius. Nicholas Louis Avenarius. Haley Jo Ball. Marissa Lynn Baker. Brandy Jo Barnhart. Tracy Christine Bauer. Brittany Ray Bowerly. Timothy Joseph Ball. Christopher Lee Beshen. Joshua James Benke. Brianna Christina Beidler. Gabrielle Michelle Bennett. Jacob Logan Berger. Alexander John Burlage. Nicholas Michael Betts. Helman Betwell. Caitlin Rose Byer. Allie Ray Biederman. Kyle Francis Bees. Samantha Jo Bees. Hannah Elizabeth Birch. Allison Nicole Bitter. Jacob Thomas Blanchard. Deanna Carol Bowling. Caitlin Elizabeth Bonds, Brett Martin Borcheller, Eric Donald Bowman, Jared David Bradfield, Ashley Rose Bradley, Becca Eileen Brandenburg, Morgan Lynn Briner, Rachel Ruby Briner, Brady James Breitbach, Logan Joseph Brimmeyer, Amanda Marie Brimmer, Megan Kathleen Broadbent, Danielle Clarice Brown, Hassan Marcel Brown, Rachel Martha Bluflat, Mitchell Kevin Bryson, Mary Kate Bukite, Chase Michael Bouchaw, Samantha Ariel Buskell, Elizabeth Rose Butt, Virginia Jeanette Butt, Savannah Faye Calloway, Rourke Michael Campbell, Nathan Michael Carpenter, Alana Jo Cairo, Haley Marie Clark, Kylie Marjorie Close, Dustin Joshua Kaufman, Ariana Jean Cole, Brandy Jo Collins, Madison Marie Cooey, Clayton John Cook, Nolan Stephen Cook, Nathaniel John Cooper, Alyssa Brianne Coase, Mitchell David Crimmins, John Paulo Crisologo Cruz, Ivan Daniel Cuellar Quinones, Rachel Ann Cummer, Tyler Joseph Seiper, Logan Richard Dalkemeyer, Caitlin Marie Darrow, Kara Ramey Davis, Will Joseph Davis, Xavier Tomas de Leon, Tyler Anthony Dieters, Ashley Ann Dolan, Bridget Ann Donovan, Carissa Ann Doyle, Jacob William Duxini, Stephanie Marie Deere, Taylor Ethan Dunn, Alexander Marcus DuPont, Clay Austin Duvey, Christine Marie Efferding, Callie Soraya El-Kabaz, Madeline Dro Ellert Beck, Hannah Teresa Epler, Marissa Lee Ernzen, Tiffany Ann Ertle, Divine Nicole Evans, Michael Ralph Ayers, Courtney Sue Fagot, Kyla Sue Fangman, Mercedes Lynn Fay, Callan Louise Feist, Samantha Ann Felderman, Lucas Richard Feldman, Mary Elizabeth Fern, Natalie Louise Fisher, David Thomas Fitzgerald, Mary Ann Fleury, Arthur Burton Ford III, Jacqueline Deanne Ford, Samantha Marie Fox, Garrett Andrew Lore Frombach, Christopher Michael Francis, Vanessa Ann Franklin, Camber Ray Fries, Michael Christopher French, Taylor Ann Frith, Derringer Alistair Gench, Luana Ling Gerdeman, Courtney Lynn Gibbs, Mitchell Joseph Gibbs, Brittany Ann Jilks, Christopher Stephen Ginter, Vanessa Ann Gottschalk, Sierra Lynn Grant, Brittany Marie Green, Gavin Joseph Gremmel, Jennifer Marie Greiner, Sarah Elizabeth Gruno, Alex John Gross, Jenna Louise Gross, Megan Marie Hahn, Adam Michael Hancock, Allison Sue Hansel, Madison Laurel Hansel, Christopher John Hanton, Natalie Marie Harden, Richard David Hardwick, Liz Karen Harknett, Emily Lynn Harris, Jacob Daniel Harrison, Trevor Nicholas Harry, Joseph John Hartwick, Brock Joshua Hafel, Riley Irma Hafel, Kimberly Joanne Helling, Darian Thomas Henkel, Andrew Michael Herber, Madeline Catherine Herber, Noah James Herber, Kyle John Hess, Clayton John Hilby, Keith Clement Hilby, Signey Lee Hilby, Trevor Andrew Hilkin, Andrew Jeffrey Hillary, Louis Hishikawa, Jacob Thomas Hodge, Louis Michael Hodge, Kirsten Bakey Hogstrom, Mitchell James Hall, Courtney Michelle Huey, Brandon Michael Howell, Logan Michelle Hoyt, Ian James Hurst, Daniel Jacobson, Caleb Joseph Jobson, Nicholas Robert Joel, Autumn Elizabeth Johnson, Morgan Elise Johnson, Scott William Johnson, Austin Lee Jones, Benjamin William Duran, Natalie Amanda Colley, Matthew James Callagher, Keanu Victorio Cana, Randy James Kaufman, Brandon Sebastian Keck. Mackenzie Jewel Kyle. Emily Jean Kelleher. Haley Marie Kelleher. Mason Christopher Keeman. Alexander Walter Kenneker. Najia Khan. Alexander John Keeler. Nakia Latre Kimball. Alexander Thomas King. Katie Lynn Kinsella. Brooke Elizabeth Kinsel. Krista Ann Kirkpatrick. Brighton James Kisting. Kayla Lynn Klein. Cody Matthew Klein. Paul Anthony Knipper. Anna Claire Kohler. Tyler Sangwoo Kohler. Calvin John Kruprick. Hope Loretta Kruprick. Alex Richard Cohn. Eleni Fani Kutsa-Nicholas. Chance Lee Cryer. Janae Raylyn Crow. Colin Michael Cruiser. Nicholas George Kutch. Samantha Rose Leahy. Jared Thomas Lang. Amber Lene Lang. Gabrielle Marie Lape. Clarice Laurie LeBlanc. Luke Anthony Lisi. Fardis Lindblom. Alexa G. Link. Carter Joseph Link. Tabitha Tyler Link. Heather Marie Little. Addison Ray Less. Terry Renee Loso. Jack Patrick Ludesher. Andrew Joseph Moss. Nolan Stewart Maybust. Jawan Gerald Macklin. Michaela Marie Marfilius. Wendy Anaid Martinez. Connor John Marty. Austin Bruce McCann. Lindsay Joe McCarran. Carmen Louise McDermott. Cody Allen McManigal. Alyssa Lee Mendenhall. Samantha Christine Menser. Sarah Ann Murfeld. Brianna Marie Merkus. Hannah Jo Meyer. Michaela Madonna Mikalakis. Edward Thomas Miller. Elizabeth Mary Miller. Okay. Ryan Glenn Miller. Daniel Raymond Milius. Jackson Lee Mitchell. Crystal Lynn Malzoff. Adam Daniel Morgan. Kayla Lee Musmaker. Sarah Jo Nemmers. Hannah Marie Nyans. Joshua Oliver Nichols. Kate Aline Noonan. Cheyenne Rose Norton. Kira Emily Oberfell. Logan Kenneth Oberhofer. Vanessa Lynn Ostrander. Lakeland Nicole Owens. Ronald Joseph John Parr. Morgan Ray Patza. Emily Ann Peacock. Maggie Elizabeth Pierce. Austin Ryan Pergandi. Ashlyn Elizabeth Perkins. Roman Josiah Seth Perry. Dakota Daniel Peterson. Mitchell Harlan Fowle. Genevieve Joe Pitts. Thomas James Pitts. Joshua Robert Posiak. Matthew Lawrence Port. Morgan Maureen Powers. Ty Dwayne Puccio. Jeffrey Daniel Putnam. Aaron John Rang. Christian Andrew Reed. Keon Marshawn Reed. Olivia Lavina Reeg. Nicholas John Reinert. Cassandra Elise Risen. Stephanie Ann Ryder. Corey Lee Rife. Zachary Kenneth Rigdon. Cammie Joe Riniker. Tanya Ann Rome. Liberty Dawn Root. Jacob Dallas Russian. Jacob Miles Roth. Gage Ernest Rowan. Jonathan Conrad Rickert. Victoria K. Rundy. Alec Thomas Rutkowski. Abigail Ann Ryan. Dustin Nicholas Ryan Repsch. Courtney Lynn Ryder. Andrew Jason Sanders. Grant DeSales Sanderson. Tasha Marie Sauser. Dylan Michael Schaller. Kevin Thomas Sheffert. Dustin James Scher. Dakota Everett Schmall. Mackenzie Joyce Schmerbach. Megan Catherine Schmerbach. Connor Daniel Schmidt. Sarah Marie Schmitz. Seth James Schneider. Chelsea Ann Schrader. Elizabeth Jan Schrader. Aaron Dale Schultz. Casey Ann Schutte. Corey Joe Schwartz. Josephine Carol Sharkey. Nathan Marshall Sindberg. Benjamin William Smith. Cody Thomas Smith. Jill Ann Smith. John Daniel Smith. Alec Jason Specht. Jonathan William Specht. Heather Ann Splinter. Douglas Lewis Staggs. Mitchell Christopher Stannard. Lauren Elaine Streets. Dewey Sun. Cal Garrett Tauber. Jeffrey Rang Tang. Trevor James Tharp. Jonathan Joseph Thill. Austin Jefferson Thomas. Elena Marie Thompson. Blake Allen Thurston. Mitchell Jacob Tigas. Brooke Beckman Tinsman. Christopher David Tompkins. Benjamin Lucas Torborg. Michael Allen Trilk. Max Aaron Traster. Erin Elizabeth Tripkosh. Benjamin Michael Troy. Tyler James Tucker. Joseph Richard Unson. Jeremy Thomas Vossen. Patrick Sean Volley. Haley Marie Van Cleve. Taylor Jean Vegan. Luke David Van Ah. Quinn Douglas Wagner. Cynthia Lynn Ward. Caitlin Nadine Ward. Jamie Ware. Demondre Lamar Washington. Katie Lee Weber. Cole Daniel Welsh. Christopher Lewis Worth. Nicholas James Westfall. Stephanie Eileen Wickman. Jarrett Robert Williams. Nicholas Joseph Wissing. Alex Richard Wold. Nicholas Paul Wold. Christopher Michael Wolf. Dylan Michael Wolf. Alicia Rose Yarbrough Coble. Levi Joseph Zenner.
Will the class of 2014 please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, the Hempstead High School class. Best of luck to each of you. Today is Sunday, May 25th, and it's a great day to be a Mustang. Go Stags!